All right, Cam Newton. Let's talk about it. All right. First, I'll show the clip. We're gonna walk through this. We're gonna do this together because what the entire.
I understand a lot of people see my situation and not think that I'm not high functioning.
What situation?
See my situation? That's a very vague question, and it's for you
what
to
situation are you referring to that they're looking at and thinking is not?
He's already getting defensive. He's talking about that's a vague question. Nigga, you... In Jesus' name, amen. All right, we're gonna...
High function?
Just my life.
Your life entirely or your life in relationships?
My life.
See, don't deflect. Let's stay here. Your life entirely or your life in relationships?
So my thing is, it's clear he's uncomfortable with his situation. It's all before he even tells us what his situation is. It's very clear that he is already uncomfortable with it because something's not matching up. Something about his image and something about who he really is not. You know what I'm saying? So we're about to learn what that is.
Both, really.
And they think that you're low functioning.
No, I don't.
You just said people see your life and think you're not high functioning. The opposite of that would be low functioning.
No. Okay, so here you go. You're trying to take my intentions away from this. Can I correct it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Or can I give you more?
Yes, more information.
Something about his life would lead people to believe that he's not high functioning. So that's where the mismatch is.
Heck yeah.
So I'm not married, right? I have beautiful children.
How many?
8.
I didn't do my research. I thought it was 4, but 8. Okay.
No, baby.
Cool.
It's
By how
8.
many women?
3. And this is the kicker. I want more. Now.
By multiple women? What's the intent?
I just want God
about
to
your
bring
wife?
him. I just want God to bring him.
Oh, okay. And you have, so you just...
Because my point is this. My desire to get married is lower than my fear of divorce.
He got a bunch of kids by a bunch of different women and he is not a married man. So yeah, that sounds very low functioning. Does not sound like he's a high functioning individual. It does not matter how much money he has. He can't escape that stigma, and he knows that you know that it makes him feel bad. He doesn't like that. It sounds to me like he's very defensive about it. Like I'm proud. I'm not ashamed. You know, it's like, okay, sure. I mean, you brought it up in a way that seemed a little like you were a little touchy about it, but now you want more kids. I got 8 beautiful kids, whatever. Okay, all right, dude. That's cool. But what's interesting to me is it seems to me also that he's trying to turn it around into a thing that's a little bit more respectable by saying, I respect marriage so much that I am so afraid of divorce. You're so afraid of divorce, but you're not afraid of being a bad dad. Like you're not afraid of being an absentee father. So that's another thing that's not matching up, in my opinion. I like how he tried to make himself out to be someone of noble character by saying that marriage, you know, like I'm afraid of divorce. Okay, bro. All right, sure.
So, as you would say it, Dr. Bryant, you said it, I didn't say it, I will agree. I'm just taking my time.
You're not taking your time.
I am, though.
You're being very action-based. You're not taking your time. You're being very action-based.
I'm taking my time.
You're being very action-based. You have 8 kids with 3 different women.
Yes.
You are creating, procreating, and multiplying. That is not taking your time. You're being very selectively active, okay? So you're creating, and disclaimer, the kids are innocent, they are beautiful and amazing. Anything I say has nothing to do with them babies, because
I love that she does this because she's getting that out the way. Because that could have been a deflection topic that could have been used. How dare you insult my children? Don't leave my children out of this. That could have been an easy, I'm going to start off this stage because how dare you moment. And she nipped that in the bud. I love that.
I can't wait to be a mom, and I love the kids.
Yeah,
period.
love the kids.
But you are proactively choosing where you want to be active at and where you want to take your time. You want to take your time in having a wife because of your own fears. But you will, and I say this with all respect and love, what I'm about to say next, okay, Cam? But you will selfishly create broken families even if you're in their life and you're a proactive father, and I believe you're an amazing daddy, I can only imagine with just your presence and knowing you thus far, but these families are still broken. Every child cannot have Papa in the house with them. So some child, if not all, will end up with some kind of deficit without daddy being there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you chose to do that. I'm not saying you sat there and woke up one morning and said, I want to be selfish today, so I'm going to go make a baby. Not saying that at all. But those are selfish acts at the expense of your fear. So at what point do you feel the fear, do it anyways? And yeah, that is a low functioning behavior. To say that I am going to create these homes. Oh, let me go better. I'm going to build these houses and put kids and these beautiful women and kids in them, but I ain't going to create a home in them. I'm going to wait till I dissipate my fear to find a wife where I'm still going to be fearful with, because there's no such thing as not having some type of nerve or some type of feeling behind marrying somebody who you're spending your life with. And then I'm going to build a home with her while all these other beautiful babies have houses. That's completely unfair and it's selfish.
Just tell me when I can start.
Yeah, almost. That's completely unfair and that's selfish.
Just tell me when I can start. Like, not listening, he's waiting to speak. Like, he's letting her know that, because what she's saying is clearly, zoom, zoom, them arrows are hitting. You know what I mean? She is not missing right now. And so he wants her to know, don't worry, it's not hurting my feelings. I have something to say. Okay, bro. All right.
And so, yes, you're taking your time in this department, but you're not taking your time in this department, which means you're compartmentalizing. And compartmentalizing never works. Compartmentalizing hurts everybody involved. Everybody who's in this box and that box and this box and that box and this box. And then here you go over here trying to figure out what box you're going to feed or entertain or do. Then you're looking outside to figure out who's your next victim to put in the box. It's unhealthy. And it's a huge dysfunction within our Black community that I truly believe personally, statistically, mental health-wise, and community-wise, that Black men would stop.
Black men will what?
Stop doing that, that they would stop that dysfunctional behavior of compartmentalizing and creating houses, not homes, and then finally a home with the wife, and then you have all these other houses that are homeless. But you over here, at some point when you do get a wife, if you do, I'm saying if that's what you want, you will. You'll get whatever you want. You're trying to create a home. Totally dysfunctional and extremely, that's the epitome of selfish. Epitome of selfish. I'm done. You can go for it.
Okay, say less. All right, so.
Round of applause. That was good. I wanted to say that as a read, but it was just, that was a lecture, that was a sermon, that it was all of the above. So let's see what he got to say.
What identifies as a broken home?
What you have going on with these, whoever you're not in the house with, is a broken home. It's called a blended family. It's called a blended family.
That means?
That the family is blended. So blended
So blended means broken?
Yeah.
Okay. So the guy that you were entertaining, you would go as low as 26.
That I would entertain?
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
And as high as what age?
Whatever man that doesn't have kids.
As high as?
Whoever doesn't have kids, whatever age he is with no kids.
I just.
No, that's the age. I'm saying I don't have an age range as far as how old if he has no kids.
So your
he's a
non-negotiable is a person who does not have children?
My non-negotiable is a person with kids, but yes, I get how you're saying it, yes.
So you cannot date a person, you cannot be with a person.
I can, but I'm choosing not to.
So?
I can be with anyone, but I'm choosing not to. I gotta correct it, it's my narrative, Cam.
You're jumping in, jumping out, it's either.
Cam. No, it's not I can't. There's no such thing. I can date whoever I want. I am definitely well equipped to do so.
I love that she's not letting him keep going with that, because she can date whoever she wants. She is making a choice. It's not that she doesn't have access to men who have kids. God knows we all do.
Okay. So I'm not going to allow that word to be something that fits what I can't do. I'm well equipped to date anybody. Yes. My preference, because there's nothing wrong with a lot of men who have kids, so I don't want to put that narrative out there. My personal preference is I would not choose to date a man with kids.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're dating a man with kids. Just a scenario.
Oh, okay, got it. Yes.
You're dating a man with kids.
Yes.
So you've identified that that's a broken home from the jump. With your verbiage of blended family means broken.
I've identified that I'm dating a broken man who is creating who he is. Because we could teach what we know, we create who we are. And so broken people create brokenness, whether it's through a child, whether it's through a relationship, whether it's through themselves. It doesn't have to be a beautiful baby, but you're creating brokenness. And broken people can come from married households. I'm not saying that a two-parent household can't create the result of a child who then has brokenness and creates broken blended families everywhere. I'm not negating that.
That's not my point.
No, I know, I'm making that point. But yes.
But my point.
My answer is I not only identified that those homes are houses without a home because he's not in them,
Yeah.
but also that he's a broken man.
But you're going to be with a broken man.
No, I won't. I just said I wouldn't be with a man. I wouldn't be with a broken man who has multiple kids.
He's trying to make her own up to a hypothetical scenario that she would not even be in have it not be hypothetical. She's saying that her preference is not to be with a man who has children, and now he's asking her why she's with a man who has children in a hypothetical that he created, that she agreed to just to hear him out. Like, it just the logic it's in circles.
I will take
No, not multiple. I'm talking
a kid. It doesn't matter.
So you're not going to date a man with children.
No, but let me clear this up because you said I won't date a broken man. That's not what I said.
No, I said, are you? Listen to what I'm saying.
I heard you. Let me answer it. Hold on. We all have a level of brokenness. So will I date a broken man? Yes. Am I going to date a certain type of brokenness? No.
Of course you're not.
And that type of brokenness is a man who has kids outside of me isn't something that's conducive for what I want forever.
But will you date him?
No.
So that goes to my point. I'm trying to ask a question. You have two different men right here. One man who has...
I will not date a man with kids.
Okay, that's all I'm asking.
Yes. I will
But
not.
do you...
How many times does she have to say this? He is like, wow, he's stuck there. He's stuck there. And I hope more women watch this because she's beautiful. She's highly intelligent. She's got money and success. She is aspirational. And I hope so many women listen to her. I'm listening to her now and I'm like, you know what? She's right. She's a role model. And he's struggling with that. He's struggling because women saying what she's saying unapologetically, that's a threat to men like him who have all these kids and they want to still be seen as the catch.
Understand, just off of the statistic.
Oh. Guess that's the end of that video. Yeah, I'm gonna watch the rest of that and enjoy it because I enjoyed what little bit that I showed just now. But the takeaway that I'm getting from this, and I'm sure I'm gonna get way more later on, is gonna be downloads all day off of that video. But like one of the biggest takeaways that I'm getting from that little clip that I just played and that I was reacting to in real time is that men who are, out fathering children, they want to continue to have access to all kinds of women, and they want to be seen as a prize. Like men in general, in the way that we're all socialized in our society, we're socialized to see men as the prize, men as at least I got a man. Like women will hold on to any kind of man just so they can say that they have a man. Having a man in our society, if you're a woman, it lends you credibility in a lot of different regards. There's perks to having a man, but those perks are going down and down and down. And then on top of that, women don't have to have a man nowadays, whereas back in the day you used to have a man to be able to make certain decisions or be taken seriously in society or to even have a credit card. Like there were so many reasons that women had to be attached to a man, but now we don't have to have a man attached to us. And so at this point, a lot of women are kind of exercising their freedom and doing whatever they want to do, and they're being more choosy. And Dr. Cheyenne Bryant is an example of that. I've never heard of her before these videos. This is the first time I've ever seen her, but I'm definitely a fan now. I'm gonna watch the rest of her stuff, and I'm gonna talk about the Nick Cannon video also, but that'll be in another video because I don't want this video to be too long. Before I forget, one other thing that I want to call attention to is the use of the terminology high functioning. I really, really like that. And I've never heard that terminology before this video. I think that is so much better than high value, because high value kind of sounds a little bit more like it looks good on paper. You know what I mean? And high functioning sounds like, no, this is what I'm building in my life. Like, this is what I'm actually doing. This is a function. It's practical. It's an action. I am doing. I'm not, representing. And so anybody that watches my videos where I talk about masculine and feminine is very much about being. It's not about looking the part. And so high value sounds very masculine to me. It sounds like very like I said, it looks good on paper. I have a good job. I talk the talk and all of that. And you can kind of like be a scoundrel. Whereas high functioning means the evidence is in what you're doing, how you're doing it, what you're leaving behind, like for real, for real. And so I really like that terminology. And I think that part of the reason why what Dr. Bryant was saying was hitting so hard when it came to what she was talking about, it was like, you're saying these things, like she's saying to Cam Newton, you're saying these things, but your life is not matching up to that. Like, the legacy that you are leaving behind, you're leaving behind all of these broken homes, and you can say however, whatever you want to say to make you feel better about that, or to make it sound like you're being intentional and purposeful. But at the end of the day, like, the function that you are performing is one of brokenness. Like, you are not being who you are representing yourself as. And that disconnect, that confusion, I guess, is a sore point. It was clear to me, like I said earlier, that was a sore point for Cam. It was the fact that he knows that he is not proving himself to be the person that he wants to be, or that how he wants to represent himself. And it's too late. He can't go back on everything that he's already done. Going back to the high functioning thing, I thought that was such a wonderful expression, and it's definitely going to be one that I use from this point forward, because it kind of rewires your brain. It makes you think, okay, yeah, let me focus not on what this person represents himself to be, but like who they really are. Like, what are they leaving behind? What is the trail that is being left behind when it comes to them? One of the things that I also picked up on when it came to this clip in this interview is that it was kind of bothering Cam Newton that Dr. Bryant would not date a man who had children. And outside of the reason of it kind of like making his market value, I hate using those kind of words, but his market value go down in terms of high functioning women being into a man like that, especially, like I said, as an aspirational woman like her, like a public figure saying something like that, like that's, it's not good for the single dad brand, I'll put it like that. But I feel like it was also kind of an insult. He took it kind of as an insult to the kind of women that would date him. The implication is that they are low functioning just like he is. Any woman that would opt into a situation with a man, any kind of relationship with a man who has 8 kids and 3 different baby moms, is a low functioning woman. And so for someone like Cam Newton, who I'm sure prides himself on getting the cream of the crop when it comes to anything, or in anyone, I would imagine that makes him feel like, what? You're saying that there's a certain kind of woman that's unattainable to me? And she's like saying, yeah, high functioning women would not be attainable for Cam Newton, because he has all these kids. He's already created a legacy for himself, whereas a high functioning person wouldn't look at him and his situation and find that appealing at all. And so, you know, I mean, she already pretty much said that he's low functioning, like, and that's pretty much how that video clip started. So yeah, I could see that that's why he was upset about that. And this is not to say that it was specifically about her, because I saw a lot of people saying that online. They were saying, oh, he just wishes that she would date him, but it's women like her. You know, he wants to know that he has access to women like her, high functioning women. Like, he wants women of a certain caliber, and she is of that caliber, and she is saying that no, a woman like her would not be interested in a man like him. And so I think that's what another layer to what was offensive to him. So there was a lot going on here, and I thank you for joining me as I live watched it, or what is it, live chatted, what's the word? I'm gonna figure out what the word is after this video. After I hit stop on the recorder or whatever. Either way, thanks for watching. And, you know, if you have any thoughts on this video as well, I would love to hear them. Put them in the comments below. Like, subscribe, share, do all the things. And I will see you next time. Bye.